What's up, YouTube? It's Ben. I'm quite tired today because I'm just back from Marbella from Lipsetts' event, which was amazing. When most people travel, they'll book a trip for sun, nightlife, and relaxation, but this trip was more about growth and learning for me. This trip wasn't a holiday, it was putting myself in the right rooms around the right people and seeing what happened when you immerse yourself in an environment built on ambition and discipline. When I landed in Marbella, I had a few days to settle in. My routine was simple. I hit the gym and I was staying in the old town, so I did lots of walking around there, soaking up the culture and resetting my mind. Basically, keeping switched on before later in the week at Rob's event. Those days alone were powerful. It reminded me that discipline travels with you. You don't just leave your habits at home, you carry them everywhere. When you stay locked into those habits, you arrive in new environments sharper, ready to take on anything. I think it's important to have some discipline when you travel. I was glad that I had this because I was able to be in the right headspace for the event. So Friday was the first meetup at the gym. It's pretty cool that the first place we meet up is the gym. Because we're meeting in a gym, you can tell that people take their health seriously, and that's the type of energy that I want to be around. It was pretty cool meeting people in person that I'd only been connecting with online. But yeah, Saturday was the main day. It was on another level. We went to Rob's house, and that in itself is crazy. But it wasn't just about the location, it's about what happened there. We sat down and listened to invaluable advice from big names in business and content creation. People who have built brands, scaled companies, and lived the exact life that so many of us are chasing. People who were on the same path as me, chasing growth, chasing purpose, but the vibe was perfect. It was supportive, ambitious, competitive, but in the best possible way. Constantly, I was asking myself, how can I apply this? It reminded me you need company when you're working towards something. It was such an amazing event for learning. Yeah, to be honest, I'm very tired today and I probably wouldn't have made this video, but being at that event has really just inspired me to do things even when I don't feel like it. The people who win are the ones who are disciplined and adapt to whatever situation they're in. But yeah, this evening meal was a perfect way to end Saturday. We learned so much during the day at Rob's house, but talking with people at dinner after what we had learned really just solidified the reason for coming to Marbella to this event. I feel like dinner was more than food. We connected and I'm properly motivated now. But yeah, this is a brief recap of the week. I want to discuss it more in later videos, but I got up this morning after very little sleep and made my way to the airport. I was thinking on the way home, this trip to Marbella wasn't a trip, it was an investment in my future, connections, mindset, everything. I decided to go to Marbella because I know that growth happens when you deliberately put yourself in uncomfortable but inspiring environments. Your environment is everything. I've just read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and he talks about the power of the mastermind. And when I was at the event, I constantly had a picture of the power in the air, the energy in the air. I was constantly aware of the power of this situation. But yeah, honestly, a few years ago, I would not have done something like this. But I think I've realized now after my accident that if you want change, you need to make it happen. You need to take the steps. Don't wait for growth to come to you. Don't sit around hoping your environment will get better. Put yourself in the room, book the flight, have the conversation, and show up. Because when you do, that's when opportunities can arise. I was in Marbella this morning and now I'm back home in Northern Ireland. I left with one clear lesson. You're only one decision away from the next level of your life, so make that decision. Peace.